Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Hobson's Choice Harleys. We're kind of doing some preliminary planning out here in the shop. So this corner, I've got my buffer and my grinder and my drill press. They're messy. I'm actually probably going to move these to the outside under the carport, just so that all the shavings and debris and dirt stay out of the shop itself. My big compressor is going to go over in this corner, and that'll run my actual big lift. I do have a pneumatic lift instead of that Harbor Freight lift that we were working on. Over here I got my parts washer. It stays. If you're working on vintage bikes, you got to have a parts washer because the grease is just astronomical. Got my two rolling toolboxes. Probably won't be rolling them much. You can see I've got struts here. I'm going to put pegboard from here to this second. So the top half of this wall is going to be pegboard. And it'll come all the way over to this corner. It's going to be a place for me to hang all my parts. Plus it's bright white, so it'll lighten it up in here. And if I get to the end here, I'm also going to put pegboard on this next wall, which we'll show you here in just a minute. Okay, guys, so on this wall, what we're doing, you can see I've got the struts on 3 levels. So I'm going to put pegboard vertically. This wall's 32 feet long. That gives me 8 sheets of pegboard, which will hold a boatload of parts. You can see my Hobson's Choice Harley's Hillbilly stool, well used. Got some extra insulation to finish this up. But like I said, this is all going to be just a wall of pegboard all the way down here for all the various parts I'll be buying, selling, and trading. So over on this side, we've got this really cool 72 Shovelhead. There's a lot of neat parts. If anybody sees anything they like on here, I'm probably tearing this bike apart. It's got a totally rebuilt engine, totally rebuilt transmission. It's never been ran. It's got the Invader wheels, crazy Frank's rear fender. I just got so many projects that this one's probably going to get parted out. So let me know if you're interested. Unless you want to buy a whole bike, I can finish building it and sell you the whole machine. So again, our pegboard's continuing down this whole wall. I just have so much stuff I don't know what to do with. For those gurus in the mix, that set of saddlebags, as old and ugly as they are only 1 year. They only built those for 1965. Very rare saddlebags. To a novice, they're going to say it looks like junk. If you can tell, this is another 65 because the back has this notch, and they only did that 1 year. So here's a 60, regular 60s era saddlebag. See, it's smooth. So actually I learned something. I knew I had 2 of those bags. I didn't realize I've got 3 1965 saddlebags. So anybody that's doing a restoration and wants a 100-point bike for 1965 FLH, those are your bags. Let me know. I'll make you a deal on them. We're going to start going through some of the parts. I went to Missouri to see my buddy Charlie Fagan. Super guy. Gave me a smoking deal on supposedly Ironhead parts. These are supposed to be all Ironhead parts. This isn't. This actually is a 1979 FXS front end, complete with the 9-spoke mag dual disc. If you need the front end, let me know. I got plenty. These are pretty cool. Any of you guys building old K model or early Sportster? These seats here are all 57 through, I think, 64. Original K model Sportster seats. In fact, that one still has the back rail. They might look a little tattered, and they are a little tattered, but you try and find a 55, 60-year-old Sportster seat that's complete from the factory. There ain't too many of them around. We also got this seat here that's a Shovelhead seat, and I think it's pretty close to a factory seat. We've also got this seat here, which is another Shovelhead seat. This one's pretty rough, needs to be recovered, but it's not like you can go to AutoZone and find a seat for a 72 Shovelhead or a 57 Sportster. So if you think you need one, let me know. I got you covered. So we're going through this, and like I had mentioned, Charlie gave me all this stuff for Ironhead, but as I'm going through, there's a FX primary for Shovelhead. There's a Shovelhead rear fender. Well, it could go Ironhead, either or. Check this out, guys. There's a brand new in the plastic pogo seat. That's for a shovel, pan, Servicar, still in the bag. I'm not sure if that's OEM or aftermarket, but it sure is pretty. Just assorted stuff, you know. I've got a set of 5-gallon Fat Bobs, and these are OEM. So if you didn't realize it, if your fuel line is straight and not curved, the aftermarket ones are usually got a 90-degree bend on these. So I'm pretty sure these are OEM Harley tanks. And they are for a big twin bike, not a Sportster. All right, so here's a cool old fender. So it's got the old guide light style cutout. So this is probably FX. I don't know. It might even be Sportster. Talk about old school red, white, and blue. You know, that was a Patriots rear fender. You want a cool wall hanger, or you just want a stock fender? There you go. We've got belt drives. We've got gears. We've got fuel tank crossovers to connect old school panhead fuel line, left and right tank. We've got stock air cleaners for either Sportster or Shovelhead. Looks like I've got a transmission case. It's a 1979 Rotary top transmission case. It might look hardcore to you guys, but you know, there's no cracks. Doesn't appear to have any of the threads stripped out. There's no Healy coils. That is definitely a buildable case if somebody's needing one. Not a rare piece, but it's there all the same. If you want a Sportster front fender or a chopper front fender, I've got about 20 of these in all different flavors. Some of them are snub nose, some of them are long nose, some of them are complete wrap over front to rear on the tire. And that's just the 3 I grabbed here. I've got 6 or 7 more over there. And I haven't been through this, so this is all new for me. There's a backing plate for something. I don't know if that's just cardboard. We got some lights. I'm gonna leave those in the box so I don't break them. We got something heavy. Let's see what heavy is in this crate, guys. Okay, so if you need a oil pump for a Sportster, if you need gears or cams for a Sportster, push rod tubes, and if you're looking for an oil pump, I've got a box of about 50 of those. So I've got anything and everything from full pumps to parts if you just need to rehab yours. Looks like a throttle cable here. Looks like a bunch of stuff I don't even know. Anything bagged or boxed, I'm kind of leaving until I can inventory the whole thing. Another backing plate, that's newer Sportster. There's a 103, so that's a twin cam air cleaner if someone's looking for that. There's air cleaners. There's a front bumper for a FLH. That should be front, not rear. Sprocket cover, just so you don't have the ugly black. Chrome don't get you home, but it looks nice. There's the air filter for the round air cleaner I dug out. 5-hole derby cover. Oh, look at that. There's a quick detach that goes over your rear fender, and you can put a tour pack on top of it. So again, that's big twin. There's just so much stuff out here, guys. In this last few minutes, we've gone through not even 2 of the 30 or 40 crates I've got out here to inventory. If you see something in the videos you like, let me know. Most everything's for sale. Okay, more parts, more parts. If you're looking for Sportster clutch hubs, there's an Evo or newer. Come down here, there's 10 or 12 of the old school Ironhead ones, complete. If you want to go belt drive, we can go belt drive. You want to go, well, that's big twin there. Another belt drive, so we've got with the ring gear or without, depending on electric start or not. Got a whole bucket full. I got a dozen of those Ironhead clutch baskets. If you're building an Ironhead and you need a swing arm, there's one. I got a stack of 20 of them over here, as well as saddlebags, you name it. Here's a factory OEM oil tank. I think that's, boy, somebody tell me, I'm pretty sure that's early 70s. Something. I'm not an Ironhead guru, but it's there. Let's see what other goodies are in the box. Oh, if you didn't like that oil bag, here's another one. Looks almost identical. In fact, it is. So if you need one of those side fills, that wall over there was going to be the pegboard wall. Up here along that second strut, I'm going to build a loft. I'm going to come out all the way across is 25 feet. I think I'm going to come out 4 or 6 feet and build that out of wood and plywood. All this big heavy stuff, I can't hang that on the pegboard, but all the heads, the cases, the clutch baskets, any of that heavy stuff will go up on the loft. And then this whole wall is actually going to be, I've got a couple great big metal cabinets and a couple old school high school lockers that are going to be on this whole wall for, again, more assorted stuff. That's usually where I keep all my oils and paints, and shop supplies are in the lockers and those parts there. So yeah, we just keep continuing tearing into these parts to see what we got. And it's like Christmas every day at Hobson Shore's Harleys. All right, you guys made it to the end. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please kickstart that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, comment what you guys think. Let me know if you have any suggestions for video ideas or topics you guys want covered, and I'll do my best to include those in my next projects. You guys can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Also, don't forget to check out the Beacons link in the description below. See you next time.